two very, very, very important things you need to take into consideration. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video, as promised, I will be sharing with you how to change from J1 visa to F1 visa status. Now, if you did not watch my previous video, you would need to watch it so that you can get the background of the J1 visa. You can find it here where you can get that information and come right back over. We're gonna get straight into it as we already discussed what the J1 visa is in our previous video. So today we'll be talking about what the F1 visa is. If you did not know, the F1 visa is a student visa which allows you to attend school, or should I say study, in the United States. Additionally, with the F1 visa, you are entitled to some amount of work. Whatever institution you're going to be working with, you can clarify that with them. So, you've been here in the United States on a J1 visa and your J1 visa is about to be expired, but you would like to study. You found some area that you are interested in and you'd like to elevate yourself to get that master's or doctorate degree. Here's what you can do to transfer from your J visa to your F visa. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about, which is not the only important thing with transferring from a J to an F visa, but I'm going to let this be the first. The first thing you are going to need to do is to prove your financial eligibility. So, if you're thinking to study in the United States and you've been living here for a while on an H-1B visa, go ahead and start saving that money so that when you're going to transfer to your F visa, you can show that you can pay at least for your first year of school fees or institution fees. It doesn't matter that you've been living here. They're not going to take it as an excuse that you've been living here and working for X time on J1 visa and so you are eligible to study here because of that reason. They want to see that you have the finances to take care of your institution or tuition fees. And next very important thing you need to take into consideration if you are in the United States on a J1 visa and you want to transfer to an F1 visa, please do not think that you will be automatically disqualified from adhering to your 2-year residency rule. What do I mean by this? As I mentioned in my previous video, one of the biggest hurdle in moving forward with transferring your J1 visa to any type of visa is your 2-year residency rule. That rule states that you should go back home to your home country for at least 2 years before you can come back to the United States to work or study. However, as I mentioned in that video, you need to check that out. There are ways to go around that 2-year residency rule, which would allow you to stay here in the United States. And that is by applying for a waiver. We also discuss the different reasons that you could apply for a waiver under. So I want to repeat that. 2 very, very, very important things you need to take into consideration. If you're going to be transferring status from J1 visa to F1 visa, you are going to need to show your financial eligibility, and also you're going to need to show that you have either satisfy the 2-year residency rule or you've waived that 2-year residency rule from your visa. If you've been following my channel for a while, I did a video before to apply for your change of status from J visa to F visa. You can check that video out and it will give you more details about the application process. But let's move on further. Before you can apply to change status from J to F, you need to apply to an institution and be accepted. Once you are accepted to the institution, then that institution will provide you with an acceptance letter that you've been accepted to their university. In addition to that, they will provide you with an I-20, which is very important. On your I-20 will be your civis number. You must pay your civis fees, and the instructions are online onto how to pay your civis fees. I'll put that in the description below as well. So here is additional information you can check out on the website. I'll leave the link in the description below. This flyer basically tell you if you're eligible to transfer your J1 status, also the employment categories you can transfer your status to, and other categories you can transfer to if it's not employment based. You will also find some very important information on this flyer that shares information about Form I-539, which is the form you use to transfer for your change of status. The upcoming form is going to share some of the same information, and again, it's a form that you can find on USCIS. Please note that information shared on this platform, you can basically go and research it for yourself and find those online. USCIS is the body that takes care of immigration in the United States, and so this is their information about transferring status from J to F visa or whatever category you're changing to. So the upcoming form that we're going to be looking at is the application form, Form I-539. We look at it step by step. So here we have Form I-539. Please ensure whenever you're going to be applying for your change of status that the form is not expired. If you look to the top right-hand corner of this form, you will see that it expires in 2024. USCIS continuously update these forms, and you want to make sure when you apply, you are applying on a current form. So the top section, it's for USCIS use only, and so you would not need to fill that top portion out. You see there where it says start here, that's where you're going to start by putting in your basic information to include your name, your physical address, your mailing address, as well as your country of birth, your country of citizenship. In the section where it says alien registration number, you're going to put that number there. For those with work authorization card or work permit, your A number is usually on your work permit. You put that in. Also, if you have a USCIS online account, meaning you already did some type of activity with them online and you have an online account, you put that in. You want to put all the information to the best and in a correct manner. Continuing on this page, you want to make sure that you put in your date of birth, your social security number, your last date that you entered the United States, as well as your I-94 number and passport number. If you are not aware of how to find your I-94 number, I'm going to leave that link below. You can go and check that link out, and it's very straightforward how to find your I-94 number. Page 2, continue again with your USCIS receipt number if you've had one, as well as your travel document number, the country your passport was issued, when your passport is going to be expired, and other important information that is related to you. Please know I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just reading the different areas on the form. You can check them out more in detail when you are filling your form out. Very important on this page is the status that you are applying to change to. They want to know what status you are currently in. That means if you are now a J1 or F1, whatever visa you currently hold, and what status you'd like to change to. Also, the status that you currently hold should be current, meaning it has not expired. If it has expired, for example, you're on a J visa and it has expired, but you have a visitor's visa, which is a B1 visa, you'll have to put that visa information in because you cannot change status on an expired visa. So you go and you select change of status. We're talking about application type, and you put in all the relevant details that they're asking, and ensure that you're answering these to the best of your ability. Also need to declare if you're applying for yourself or you're applying for other family members on this form, as well as your physical address for your home country. For example, you're from Jamaica, you're going to want to know what address you are attached to in Jamaica on this page. So on the next page, it's basically asking you a bunch of legal questions, which are yes or no responses. They basically trying to find out if you've ever been charged, have you ever committed any criminal act, or like any other visa that you've ever applied for. They always have the section where you need to answer these questions, and you want to make sure you're answering them truthfully and reading all the questions carefully. So on this page, you will need to place your signature. You will also need to say if an interpreter read this form for you. And on the next page, also, if someone prepared the form for you. Please note that in addition to this form, there are going to be other very important documents that you will need to submit for your transfer or change of status. For example, you would need to show your letter of acceptance from the school, your I-20 that the school provided you with, also a receipt showing that you paid for your civis number. You would need to show that you are financially able to pay for your tuition fees, also a copy of your I-94, your passport, and more documents that I might not mention right now that will be required to make sure that your transfer of status goes smoothly. You want to make sure you put these in at once so that you are not issued an RFE where they're asking you to provide additional evidence. So do your research before you put your applications in and make sure everything is okay. On the last page, this is where you put in additional information. For example, if you had put something on a page earlier, did not have enough space, you can put that section, or in this section, you put what the additional information you wanted to state there. If you got this far to the video and you have not liked us yet, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe and don't forget to share. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comment section below and I will respond. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with somebody who needs information, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.